Tonight, ABC6 is on your side. We are working to help end domestic violence and family violence, and we want to help you to be a part of that as well tonight. You can see the number there at the bottom of your screen, 844-234-LINE. That is the number to call if you have questions, if you believe you may be in an abusive relationship, or if you think you have seen an abusive relationship. We want to help you identify that, and we want to give you some resources as well. We have volunteers standing by to take your call, volunteers with the Center for Family Safety and Healing. And I have here Karen Days, the president of the center. Karen, what are some examples of questions that you hope people ask tonight?
Thank you, and thank you for having us. We actually created the campaign to ensure that bystanders know how to safely get involved if they think they've seen some form of family violence. So we will get calls from grandparents who will ask, if we believe that their grandchildren are in a violent situation in their home. We get teens that call about one another, or parents that call about their teens. We also give traditional questions around domestic violence. It's great that we get bystanders getting involved, because it gives the victim more people in their arsenal to help them.
That's so true. How prevalent is this in our Central Ohio community? When you get these calls and you hear these situations, so many families are hurting. How prevalent is this?
It's very prevalent. 1 in 4 women will be victims of domestic violence in their lifetime, and there's no caveat for that. It's not based on race or economics. It's not based on religion. It is 1 in 4. And it's important to note that not all violence is physical. A lot of it that is just as harming is that kind of violence that's psychological and emotional. And so we want to give people a safe way that they can get involved. The best thing that they can do is not leave that victim alone should that person decide to go back to the perpetrator, because it's a cycle, and they go back an average of 7 times before they leave the final time.
So we're going to have these phone lines open until 6:30. Karen, thank you so much. You can see our volunteers standing by, ready to take your call. Once again, that number at the bottom of your screen, 844-234-LINE, to talk with the Center for Family Safety and Healing. We know you have questions. These folks have some answers and resources. They'll be here until 6:30. Tonight, ABC6 is on your side, taking a stand against domestic abuse and family violence. And we have a phone number there at the bottom of your screen. Taking your calls tonight, we have a team of volunteers here to take your questions if you think you have seen abuse, or if you believe you are experiencing abuse. What we've been talking about tonight, as you call 844-234-LINE, L-I-N-E, this affects everyone. And I want to talk to Justin here. Tell me about one of the calls that you got tonight.
Yeah, I got a call from a male survivor of domestic and family violence. We know that it happens most frequently with women, and women are most often the victims. But this evening I talked to a man that had been victimized.
And so when you talk to the folks who are calling, and I know everyone here has been taking these calls tonight, what do you hope people will ask when they call?
Really about what to do when they see or they think that they've seen something that's domestic or family violence, and about how to get help for both the victim and then how to intervene in that situation.
And our volunteers tonight are here with the center here, where we've been talking about for family safety and healing. And I have Karen Days here. Karen, this is so important. Why are events like this so important, if you'll step on in?
Yes, hi. Thank you again for having us. It's important so that victims know they're not alone. So if we have a community that's concerned about victims and are willing to call, ask questions on what they should do if they see something and how to safely intervene, victims are going to feel supported. And that's the one very important thing that needs to happen for most victims.
And we have this number and these volunteers here until 6:30 tonight. Once again, the number at the bottom of your screen, 844-234-LINE. That's the number to call until 6:30. ABC6 is on your side tonight, taking a stand against domestic abuse and family violence. And we have partnered tonight for a special phone line there at the bottom of your screen. You can see that number, 844 234-LINE. We have partnered with the Center for Family Safety and Healing, and I have Cheryl here tonight. We've been getting lots of calls, people who have questions about what they think they may have seen when it comes to abuse and what that looks like. What else do you want people to know about your center?
Well, another really great resource that we have at the Center for Family Safety and Healing is our free training. So we work with faith leaders, business leaders, schools, colleges, and universities, the public, healthcare providers, law enforcement, any sector of the community. We're able to provide free training. We really focus on the 3 R's: how to recognize signs, how to respond appropriately, and how to get people referred to resources, be it at the Center for Family Safety and Healing or throughout the community. We have a list of our training offerings on our website, which is www.familysafetyandhealing.org.
And you really want people calling tonight to really understand and recognize. So even if they don't attend that training, a call tonight can help them recognize abuse. Why is that so important?
Absolutely, because a lot of times we're the eyes and ears that we see in the community. Sometimes we'll see something or we'll hear someone say something, and it kind of gives you that, and it gives you that really weird feeling in your stomach, and you're like, ugh, that just didn't feel right. And now is the opportunity where you can call in and you can talk with an expert. We've got great staff here, and they're able to answer any of those questions that you might have concerns about.
Okay, thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Now, folks at home, you see that number there on your screen, 844-234-LINE. We are taking your calls. If for some reason you don't get through right away, keep trying, or you can leave a message and they will return your call. Again, 844-234-LINE. Those phone lines will be open until 6:30.